How's it going, my friend? In today's video, we're going to talk about how to add a little bit of cross-picking to your breaks in first position whenever you're trying to tackle a vocal tune. This is an essential tool in the Bluegrass Survival Kit. Let's go. So when I think of the Bluegrass Survival Kit, we're talking about stuff that we can just bust out immediately on the fly in a jam session to dress up our solos. That means you may not know the melody perfectly or even at all to the tunes that we're playing, but if you have a little bit of music theory under your belt, plus a few of these tools, then you can make a really compelling break, especially with cross-picking. The big clue is going to be to find a couple target melody notes and then use some open strings or common triad shapes to add a little bit of volume with some cross-picking. For example, if you're playing along at the jam session and somebody's singing a tune, I was standing by my window. By that point in time, you should already have the first note to the tune memorized. That's my challenge to any of you watching this video right now. Memorize the first note to the melody. We're talking beat one of bar one, just like I was talking about in those kickoff phrases. That is going to give us the appropriate lead-in phrase, and if we memorize that first note to the tune, we can immediately find if it's on an open string or if we're going to have to use a triad to do some cross-picking. So for Will the Circle Unbroken, I was standing is beat one of bar one, so stand. Oh man, we're lucky, it's a G note. So check this out. I'm immediately thinking that I've got a B note and a D note available to me. So when I'm on that G chord, I've got my root, third, and fifth all on open strings right there. So if I can find my melody note, get into it with my appropriate leading phrase, then I can kind of tread water, so to speak, with a cross-picking pattern. Check this out. So as you can see, that lead-in phrase plus that cross-picking pattern on those open strings is more than enough to get us into the tune. Then you can really do whatever you want in the key of G after that. I like to stick to the melody and frame that, especially on vocal tunes, but if you don't know the melody, play some pentatonic scales or some of the other tools that we're going to use here in the Bluegrass Survival Kit. All right, we're going to dive back into Will the Circle Be Unbroken and play it all the way through. See if you can follow along, especially with those cross-picking sections. All right, my friend, there you have it. Will the Circle Be Unbroken with a little bit of cross-picking in it. If cross-picking is something new to you, never fear. I have a cross-picking course that takes you from A to Z, 0 to 60, gets you cross-picking in no time, and shows you all of the most common patterns that you're going to need to use in bluegrass flat picking. There's a link below in the description to that course if cross-picking is something you want to dive into more. But if you want to stick with the Bluegrass Survival Kit, follow me to the next video where we're going to talk about how to phrase open strings.